So we'll start off with why did you stop gooning?
Why did I stop gooning? Oh man, I've been a gooner for 30 years, so.
That's it? Rookie numbers, bro.
Rookie numbers? How long have you been a gooner? 31? 32?
Yeah, dude. Got you beat for a year.
A year or two, huh?
I kind of told you a little bit why I want to do the podcast. It's like talk more about like men, more specifically Asian men, where we have to suppress a lot of our feelings. When we have troubles in our life, we can't really like go to, let's say, a previous partner to talk about it, or our parents might not be able to have the capacity to handle it.
Wait, you're telling me I can't go to my partner and talk about my feelings?
Not your past partner, not the one that wrecked you.
Oh,
right?
Yes, not those ones. Okay.
Like since living in Vietnam, I've encountered like a lot of guys, and I made some good friends here too, a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
All of them come here because of heartbreak, and it's like the pain hurts so much back home that they're just kind of like running. And I was one of those guys too. How do you handle that, and how do you navigate through this, right? And so a lot of guys default to partying, dating, hooking up, alcohol, drugs. And so like I'm speaking from my experience and like from what the data points I've gathered from other guys that I've encountered here. Mm-hmm. Obviously that's not the healthiest way, but it feels good at the time. Yeah. Now I'm kind of like on this journey where I'm like, okay, I think there is a different spectrum versus like, no, you need to forget all about her, like prove her wrong, set revenge, and like that's all we've been taught online and like masculinity. I'm like, is that the right way? So that I was going that way. I'm like, dude, but I still feel empty. I'm like, if I'm still doing all this to prove her wrong, then she has energy over me, right? And I don't hate her or anything, but it's just like, why am I doing this for another person? I should do it for myself.
Exactly.
And so I went to the gym and I was like, okay, well, obviously take care of myself first because my body was like out of shape, didn't feel good, didn't look good, no confidence. So I'm just trying to like create like a community that like guys like me and whoever I encounter like might have these troubles that we can kind of like help one another. And for me, it's like through fitness and through mindset. And now I'm getting into like spirituality too.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the framework of what I want to talk about. And then interview like friends that are going through it, seeing how they're navigating through it as well. So it's not just in my head, like, am I weird? Am I the only one that's going through this? Or is it other people? But I'm not. There's a lot of guys who are doing it, but they're doing it alone. Right. And that's kind of scary. Yeah. Right? So that is the intro. A quick background of you. Yeah. What made you want to come to Vietnam? Because a lot of people come to Vietnam for healing, right? Yeah. And healing in the wrong ways of like just partying, raging out, and you go back home and you're still empty and you're still depressed, right? Right.
Oh man, I'm from California, right? And I'm actually born here in Vietnam, but I left at a very young age. Like my parents were trying to acclimate in America, all that stuff like that. And obviously, you already know, like growing up in America was tough, right? We're trying to figure out our culture, and some of that was like born in Vietnam and then left at a young age to like finally learn something about being Vietnamese and then get that stripped away from them. You know, and then your parents work a lot, so you're trying to be American and there's a lot of racism, all that stuff like that, right? So then, you grow up kind of like American. You don't know what it is being Vietnamese, stuff like that. So I never came back here until I was literally 30 something. Oh shit. Yeah. So it took a very long time. Okay. And obviously, I kind of grew up hating myself a little bit too, because they were like, "Oh, you're Chinese, you're Vietnamese, you're this and that, right? All that stuff." And even how we grew up a little bit, like we hate each other, right? What region you're from? Right. You're here, you're there, you're north, you're south, and gangs back then. So I never really cared about being Vietnamese. I felt like hip hop, American culture was the first culture that I felt like was home, right? But just to fast forward to now, right? Like, I guess it's like Yuing, Like it was really weird that I lost.
I kind of know what that means, but you gotta.
Oh, I gotta explain it.
You gotta explain that.
I guess Yuing is like destiny, right? It's a Vietnamese thing where we like to say, if things happen, it should need to happen in the way that the world allows it to happen. Sorry if I'm trying to explain it in a philosophical sense.
Where'd you learn that?
I've learned it here actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, I had barely any Vietnamese culture growing up besides just food. You know, even my Vietnamese was so broken, right?
Right.
So I came here almost 3 years ago for a dance competition because I'm a dancer for the last 20 years, right?
What kind of dancing?
I'm a hip hop dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of hip hop. Robots.
All right, sick.
Well, that's stuff. Spinning on my head.
You
stuff.
can show me how to do something later.
I think you know a couple. After I lost my job.
What were you doing before?
I was a UX designer.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I think during that time after COVID.
This is cinematic, bro. This is
I know. Oh, shit.
unpaid actor right here.
Just shocked. And I was like, oh my God, like my parents was like, never come back here. Bad people.
Yeah. Fear mongering.
Yeah, be careful of the girls, you know, they'll put a spell on you and,
Oh
you
my
know,
God,
like
yeah.
you lose all your money, like all the crazy
They're all
things.
from the same, huh? Like they all say the same thing.
So then I was like, I grew up kind of scared. I was like, oh my God. And I travel a lot too, but just, they're always saying never come back here.
Yeah.
You know, and somehow, again, Ying, right? My friend was like, come judge this competition. I think it'd be cool for you to come and just chill out, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And then now I'm here.
Losing your job in the UX kind of allowed you that freedom to kind of just get up and go and explore a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've always been a big traveler, right? But going back to your original question, right? Like, why am I here? You know, and why do I feel like I'm attached here? And I think I was lost. You know, and I think a lot of us are, right? Like whether it's in careers or we're restarting a new life or you're going through a divorce or anything or starting a new relationship, ending a relationship, right?
Yeah.
We're all in like transition of something. And I think for me, I've been such a people-pleasing kind of environment my whole life. I got to do this for people. I got to do this for my family. You know, all that. So I never really think about what I really wanted. You know, and dance was such a big part of my life until I got injured, and it was just taken away from me. So a lot of that anger, a lot of that lostness.
When did that happen?
That happened about 4 or 5 years ago. I had 2 ankle surgeries. And
Was it from dancing?
yeah,
What move was that?
from a knee drop actually.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh my God, the
Yeah,
irony. The
but,
irony. Okay.
But back to what you're saying is, yeah, I think I was lost too. You know, I was lost before I came here, and I was just trying to find anything that gave me a little bit direction or a little bit pleasure or escape or distraction. Right.
But you didn't give up though. Like you
Yes.
still like tried something, right?
I tried everything.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like, I still don't know, right? But I'm glad that I'm trying everything because at least I know the things that I don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And that's just
like
as
dating.
important. Yeah. So that's just as important as knowing what you want as well, right? So, I mean, dating's fun. Dating's super fun. And it made me learn a lot about myself, what I want and what I don't want. So.
Well, let's jump into dating.
Oh, shit. Okay. Let's,
Have you ever
go right
had
into
your heart broken?
Oh, man. I mean, who hasn't?
Yeah.
I believe heartbreak really shows you that you love yourself, you know, because you feel. And a lot of us men, or I guess people, I don't want to just say men, right? Like, if the heartbreak didn't mean anything to you, it wasn't special, and you didn't really put anything into it, right? It's like if you go and had a soda or something and you drink it and you just throw it away, like you don't care about it, right? But if you feel and it changes you and it makes you go down and you're in that feeling, right? You're also learning a lot about yourself. You're learning about this and you're mourning things that should have been or whatever it is.
Or the future that you thought that you would have with
exactly,
somebody.
all that stuff. And a lot of us men, we don't feel, right? Or we're like, we can find another one. But I think when you get a heartbreak.
That's not true. We feel,
Yeah.
but we don't show it because we're taught not to, or at least we're told not to, right?
So
and
the exercise,
That's where the unhealthiness comes in.
Right.
Where it's
and
like,
of course you dissociate and you distract yourself, right? But I think for me, I've been through plenty of those things too. I'm always like, I can replace another person. And of course you can in a positive, healthy way when you're ready. But before, when I was going through it, I didn't sit with myself. I was very like, okay, I'll go drink. Oh, that girl's this and that. And I just go, right? I didn't get to really process why did that happen. Is it me? Is it her? Is it both of us? Is it the direction? Is it timing? Whatever all that is. I think that heartbreak is, at least for me now, is extremely important to be in it, to understand it, to accept it, and then to let it go. To be ready to accept another heartbreak, maybe. Hopefully You know, I don't think I have any more left in me.
What kind of steps are you doing to kind of like heal in the sense of like that heartbreak, where like some people get healthier by exercising
Yeah.
or picking up hobbies,
Right.
hanging out with like friends or support? Like what are some things that you are doing personally as Devin
Yeah.
to kind of like better yourself and heal?
In the beginning, I think we get into our like gym mode, right? Like I was like, I wasn't feeling good with myself, so I was like, maybe I need to get a physical routine. I'm kind of not doing anything right now, so I was saying is like I wanted to go to the gym. You know, I was a little bit overweight, so I wanted to get that routine back in. I wanted to like push myself, you know, be more disciplined. So I started going to the gym. You know, making that 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Trying not to doom scroll, trying not to get into the whole like spiraling of relationship reels,
Right.
or like checking all
The algorithm is
messages.
really good too, huh? Like
Yeah, they
when
just
you're going through a
know.
breakup, there's like
They're just
boom,
listening, you know?
You're going through this, you're feeling this.
Yeah,
How did you know? It's like you have a
Yes.
therapist in your phone.
I remember I was like in the beginning of it, I was like, man, I'm 30 minutes into why this person is not the one, you know, all this stuff like that, their attachment styles. But then I thought about it, it wasn't healthy because I was constantly thinking about it and it didn't get me anywhere, right? So again, I start practicing like more mental discipline. I start meditating more. I try not to look at my phone the first 30 minutes of my day.
Good.
You know, I try to just do little menial tasks, whether it's like making a coffee, making a tea, stretching, you know, opening the window, little things like that before I look at my phone, you know?
That really hijacks your morning if you start using your phone.
Yeah.
Like, and that I think 99% of us are all guilty of that.
Right.
Yeah. I just started implementing like a new habit where I throw my phone to my kitchen drawer.
Yeah.
I have 2 phones, so like I throw them in there, turned off, and I can't touch them until either one, I get onto the treadmill, or I get outside with some sunlight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's freaking hard because in my
Yeah.
head I'm like, what if somebody's like messaging me something?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well I've never had like any sort of emergency calls since being out here. Like I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
You're responding to other people's agenda where I'm like, wait, where's my morning at? Like
Yeah.
I need to make my bed, do my morning stuff. I've been drinking electrolytes in the morning too, and really trying to get some sunlight in. Otherwise I can be inside for like the entire day and just be at the
Okay.
computer, right? And I'm like, and then at nighttime I have trouble sleeping, and I'm like, why is that? Because
okay.
no
Yeah,
vitamin
yeah.
D, no sunlight. So
That's really discipline, man. Because sometimes for me, like, I'll be like, oh, there's a message. Someone is wanting to talk to me or message me. So I'm like,
Right.
I gotta reply right away.
yeah, we
But
all
then-
feel like that way because
yeah.
it's programmed that way to
Right.
get our attention. But it's not life or death.
Yes.
We're not even like doctors to have like pagers. We're not that
Yeah.
important, right?
And that's what I realized too. I think even talking to you, and I know you talked about this before we met, right? You're
Yeah.
like, hey, you know, like, take that power back for yourself. You know what I mean? If it's not serious, it's your time, right? And also Vietnam has taught me to take my time. You know, in America, we're going so fast. This is okay. It's quick, you know. But I realized, like, man, like, it's my life. It's my time. You know, I choose where I want to put it. Also, the pacing of it
Yeah.
as well. And I think that's important too.
What's your morning routine like with like getting started? Because back home,
Yeah.
you wake up, you do a 9 to 5 thing, right? Most people don't even get to make coffee. They go through
Yeah.
a drive-through and like, get my
God.
drink, I gotta go, and then back to work, right?
Yeah.
So that is like our lifestyle back home.
Right.
Now that we have adjusted here,
Yeah.
like I love my slow mornings, and
Yeah.
I think that's a privilege
Right.
that I don't take for granted. And so I practice gratitude every morning. I'm like, dude, I love my mornings. Take it slow.
Yeah.
So what are you doing right now to kind of?
It's quite similar to yours, but I think even in America, right, I didn't have a lot of time. You know, traffic, driving, and all that stuff takes a lot of your time. So I
Yeah.
usually wake up, honestly, sometimes go straight to the gym, knock out a good hour, come back, get ready, go to work, right? So none of that time for myself, even when I come back home. So coming to Vietnam, it was like, man, I wake up, I don't feel rushed, right? So then in the beginning, it was like, oh, okay, I'll get up, wash my face, shower, all right, and then go have coffee. But nowadays, like you said, I think I wake up, I really like just sit in silence, you know, whether I'm meditating or I just sit
Yeah.
for like 20, 30 minutes, because I realize all that noise needs to kind of like slowly come in. So then from there, I'll open the window, you know, where I can hear
The mopeds.
The mopeds. you
Bắn
know?
vào đây.
Yeah, things like that. And then I'll make a tea. I'll sit there, I'll chill, from there, I'll meditate. Then I'll do my skin routine, wash my face, all the masses and stuff
What's
like
your
that.
meditation like? What are you saying, and what are you thinking to yourself?
Before, I used to do a lot of affirmations because I think it helps me not to get into a self-sabotaging way of talk, right? Because I think before I used to talk like that all the time. It's your fault. Why aren't you this? You're at this age, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. I think a lot of men go through it as well. But after that, it has helped me solidify okay, you're just chilling, So I used to do a lot of affirmations. But now my meditations is just quiet. I just breathe. Yeah. So a lot of it is just letting it go in, the thoughts, and just go out. I don't really think too much where I want it to go. I just let it come in and just sit with it.
When I first heard about positive affirmations, I don't know, 4+ years ago, when I was being really low in life and depressed, this is stupid. What am I doing? I just kept saying over and over, it's not working, man.
Yeah.
And then when I changed something else where I talk to myself in the third person.
Yeah.
Where I'm I look in the mirror too. I'm hey, get up. This is what we're doing today. You got 10 minutes, get your shit together. We're gonna go at the house, get coffee. We're gonna meet with so-and-so. And it's it motivates me. It's kind of like having an internal coach pushing me to go, 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 go. And I'm saying kind of tough love to myself, where it's I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not doing woo-woo anything. It's just yo, let's go. Come on, what are we doing? And then stop being sad about yourself. You worked so hard to get here, so come on, dude, get out of it. And I pull myself out of it because it's so easy to spiral.
Yeah.
I think our minds are programmed to think of fear and negativity because it protects us from the unknown.
Yeah.
So it doesn't want to go there. But you have to kind of trick your subconscious mind by saying we're good, we've made it this far, we've been way worse before in the past, you can't get that worse, we're good, keep moving forward. And that helps. To me, that's my positive affirmation. So I've been telling a lot of friends to try it, and they're that sounds weird, man. I'm it is kind of weird, but
it's weird in the beginning.
It's weird, but so is saying positive affirmation, right?
Yeah.
And so is
good job, bro.
And some people are oh, meditating is weird too. It's weird until you actually try it, right? And it's weird until it actually works for you. Yeah. So everybody has their own method. For me, meditation is kind of hard too. Just sitting in silence, it's kind of difficult to just. All right, what am I doing here? At the very beginning, I'm okay, my thoughts are not shutting off. Then when I was listening to apps and YouTube, they're oh, it's okay to have your mind wander.
Right.
The idea of meditation isn't to just stop it or pause it. It's just to kind of let it flow, and not let it control who you are. Right? So.
I 100% agree. I've read somewhere, they said that silence is the universe's gift to you.
Whoa.
Yeah. After I heard that quote, I was I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful because I have the time to actually sit with myself,
it's a privilege
to talk to me,
Yeah.
and to listen to me. A lot of people don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone always go, go, go. So I think that is a good mentality to have in terms of what is being given to you right now. You know what I mean?
Another one that I really love is cold plunge and sauna.
Oh.
Because you can't bring your phone in there.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to survive because it's so uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
But I love it. That's where I felt I was in a different universe.
Right.
For the first time, where I was in the cold plunge. This is crazy. And then eventually my body stopped shaking, and I was in my head. I'm hey, what's up, man? How are you doing today? We're good, right? I'm whoa, we overcame that. How long's it been? 3 minutes, cool.
That's pretty good.
And I
3
just kept going more and more, and
Yeah.
I didn't know that you shouldn't be doing it for so long.
Right.
I felt I was getting into hypothermia throughout the whole day. My body was still shaking.
Ooh.
Yes, and then when I looked more into it, it's recommended to do only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
11
2,
minutes
3
per
minutes.
per week.
Right.
I was doing 15, 20 minutes per session.
Whoa.
And I was all right.
Okay, man.
All right, that's probably not good.
Yeah.
Sauna's good too.
Yes.
Sauna's good for your body.
Dry-
Headphones though?
A little Bluetooth thing.
But it would be nice though, because there's a lot of aunties in there who just talk too loud. I'm
Yeah.
my meditation's going away.
But that's also the test, right?
It is, if you can
you
zone
really
that out.
zone it out, right?
I haven't yet. That is the next
Auntie
level.
said, cái anh này sao đẹp trai mà sao có ở đây vậy?
They're very, I don't know. They just talk about anything. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
that's such a great life. They're just hanging out with their friends.
Yeah, just gossip all day.
Yeah,
It's-
that's dope. They have community. So
Cheers.
Cheers. Why'd you stop masturbating?
Man, next
I
question.
never heard of the word gooning until you said it.
Oh, really?
And then it
Oh,
keeps
man.
coming up on my algorithm like, oh, if you want to stop gooning, download this app and this. And I was like,
I've seen those apps.
why is there an app for this? But
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I might as well answer this question because this question
It's real, bro.
It's important for men, right? It's
Yeah.
really important for men. So, obviously, gooning is like fantasizing over women sexually, emotionally, mentally, all that stuff like that, right?
oh, that's what I thought it meant, just masturbating.
Oh, it's all of that. So like
Okay.
you just keep being so into it, right?
Uh-huh.
Whether it's like looking at videos, looking at images, reading things, right? All that stuff. So when I did it, because masturbation, right? It's normal, at least in the States, right? So it's like, I need to relieve myself of the stress and all that stuff like
Yeah.
that. Once a week, whatever, that's okay. But for me before, it was like, every time I'm stressed or whatever's going on, or if I'm not getting this, and I became kind of like addicted, And then in the beginning, I was like, yeah, okay, cool, I'm just a little bit more stressed, or a couple more times a week, it's okay. Then I saw this podcast where the guy was like, the reason why you do that is because you're not connected with yourself, right? And you keep giving yourself out there to things that don't mean anything, right? It's one thing to share that with someone you love or someone that you connect well with.
Right.
That's your energy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But if you keep just doing it for an image, a video, and there's no really connection. Pixels, right? So it's kind of like fast food connections,
Yeah.
right? Or connections like that.
False connections.
False connections. So then when I heard that, I was like, oh, wow, like, why am I, as someone who now thinks highly of myself, right, want to do that for free, or want to just give it out to something that doesn't even know I exist, whether that's an image or a video.
I mean, if you want to get technical with it too, it's like, it's a life force.
Yeah.
Your sperm is living.
Yes.
And you're just giving that away. And
Right.
then, there's also like minerals and vitamins in your sperm that you're just giving away too. You're going to become deficiency. Your brain gets rewired to liking pixels instead of real attraction.
Yeah.
And then you got to question, why is it free? Why is it offered on the internet for free?
Exactly. I start questioning.
Nothing good in life should be free.
100%.
Right? So
It's like fast food. Anything fast too. It's not good for you.
yeah. You got to be an individual thinker and question things.
Yeah.
And then also, it's like, why do you do it? It's because you're coping with stress. Not because you're bored mostly. It's because you're stressed about something.
So many other things.
Yeah.
Stress, emptiness, whatever's not happening in your life too. Maybe you're distracting yourself as well, right? So many things. And I realized all those things you just said is what I was lacking.
Yeah.
So when I was sitting with myself, like during meditation and stuff like that, I was like, oh my God, I wish I can do that, or like find someone I can relieve myself with, right? Then I realized like, nah, man, like that's my life force.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like I can't just give it out willingly like this. So
Thank you for sharing.
anti-gooner. It's been a couple months.
Anti-gooner.
Yeah.
Good job. Proud of you.
Come on,
man.
guys. Anti-goon. Let's go.
Don't do it. Hold your life force. It gets easier after 2 weeks.
Yes. After 2 weeks, your world will change.
You'll have more confidence.
Yes.
Talk to people. Because you know why? You want to have sex. So you want to go out there and start talking to real women. You're like, you got to get your game right, get your body right. Or just come along.
True.
with the
And
journey.
your energy just changes, when like you're not like so like, hey, what's up? Right? Like,
all creepy.
yeah, you're just like, oh, hey, what up? I don't care. Like, it's not that important.
Let's talk about alcohol.
Alcohol. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let's talk about it.
are you a big drinker? Have you always been a big drinker?
Oh my
What's your
God.
college life like, or growing up in your 20s?
I never went to college, but I've always been a big drinker. My dad is a big drinker. My whole family is a big drinker. I started drinking at a very young age. So yeah, I drink a lot. I drink even when there's nothing to do. That's how much of an alcoholic I was. And I didn't realize it was a problem because until things around me kind of slowly affect myself negatively. I drank a lot until I got to Vietnam, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I decided to be sober 3 months ago. I think because I realize now that alcohol was such a escape for me, that all the things that I was like going through, I used it to feel complacent in my feelings. Especially like, say, I'm actually an introvert. So when I go to events and stuff like that, and there are a lot of people, I get kind of nervous and I kind of feel like I don't want to be there. So I try to get out of my mind, so I drink. I drink a lot to get more social and all that stuff like that, right? But I realize is like, every time I drink so much, a lot of like the pain that I used to have inside, it kind of comes out. You know, maybe a little bit of anger, a little bit of sadness. And
They call that shadow self, right? Something
yeah.
Like that? Okay.
It kind of channels that part out of me, right? And some days I'll be like, yeah, I'm really fun, and then just get really sad, like just the next day, right? And then 4 or 5 months ago, I was going through a lot of stuff with my family and stuff like that, and I was drinking a lot. And then I realized that it was affecting people around me. And, you know, I didn't want to be represented that way. You know, people were saying, wow, you're such a cool person, but when you're drinking, I kind of don't want to be around you.
Yeah, that hurts, huh?
That hurts, you know, especially it comes from someone that you really care for or you think are your friends, right? And for me, it was like, I wish that my friends would tell me, like, hey, stop, or like, hey, you're going through stuff, or something like that. But obviously, when you move to a new place, you don't expect that level of friendship and all that stuff either, right?
Very surface level.
Yeah. So you kind of just like keep falling down that circle, or keep drinking, and you know, again, you can keep finding people to drink with, right? You can always find someone to drink with. But what I learned is, you know, a lot of people will drink with you, but not everyone will sit and have tea with you.
Or let you like talk about your emotions and just be there with you in silence, right?
Yeah.
That's rare.
It's very rare.
Because we're also not, men aren't really taught how to do that. So
That's
we're not
true.
equipped to do that. And they get uncomfortable. Like, why are you talking about your feelings, your emotions?
Right,
like,
right.
that's feminine. Like, don't do that.
So I just pretty much decided I wanted to stop drinking, to work on myself, to make sure that all these emotions that I was feeling would just be more steady, right? And then, you know, I'm not saying I would not drink ever again. Maybe I'll be at a place where I can have 1 or 2 beers and just have fun, right? When it's just all fun, or when I can celebrate a good day, you know, things like that. It's very important. But I don't want to drink when I'm not feeling well anymore. I don't want to use that as something to make me more okay with a certain situation. You know, I don't want to people please. I don't want to keep stepping over my boundaries. Yeah. But what about you? I know you also stopped drinking.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
I mean, I drank a lot in my 20s, but only like house parties. I never drank by myself.
Yeah.
It was very social.
Right.
Just to be like the center of attention in a sense, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like I wanted that, and like how do I become more likable? It was to draw in attention.
Yeah.
Be the loudest one, especially in America. It's like if you're not loud, you're not strong.
Right.
You're weak.
It's also the opposite here in Vietnam.
Completely
right?
opposite.
You
Like
stick out like a sore thumb.
My cousins checked me. They're like, "Hey, you need to calm down." Like when I first came here, like you don't need to be all loud and aggressive. Like that's not cool here.
Yeah.
But that's not even who I am. It was just kind of like I was taught that, and so I try to be this person that I wanted everybody to like me. That was the whole thing. And I use alcohol to gain confidence or have fake false confidence in that way.
The good courage, right?
Right. And I mean, I never really regret but the friendships I've made through alcohol. They're like some of my best bros and friendships I have.
Yeah.
But the ones that didn't stick around where I was like going through like hard time, they're like, you're not fun anymore. Like you're getting a little too crazy. And like, then I'm like, okay, well you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Then so why am I doing this? Stopped it. Super hard because everyone here in Vietnam still drinks and it's a social thing. But
it's been really hard for me as well.
But they don't get to the extent that I was getting to, right?
Yeah.
And so they're okay with it. Whereas my brain's like, oh, we have a little bit of alcohol. Woo! We're gonna go crazy.
Right,
it's because like we're holding up all this like energy and this anxiety that we have that we're trying to let it out. So that's what alcohol did to me, and it was unhealthy.
Yeah.
But I realized like alcohol is like, it could be fake. Yeah. Not like fake alcohol, but like fake interactions.
It's also fake alcohol.
Yeah, it is fake alcohol, but also fake interactions.
Right.
It's like very surface level, small talk, and like I don't care for that.
Right. I don't either.
I'm like, we're wasting time. And I used to have to do that a lot for networking and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was so draining because I'm like, dude, like I don't even don't even care to get to know you, like for real,
Right.
like because you don't care to get to know me either.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't. Same with you. I wouldn't say like I would give it up completely, but right now I just don't see a need for it.
Right.
Yeah, I did celebrate after my my High Rocks race.
Yeah.
I had a few beers. I'm like, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I don't care for it. The next day, I got the anxiety. I'm like, yep, there it is. That's why I don't want it. Start like
okay.
contemplating life, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not successful in this area and this and that. I'm like, whoa, we weren't thinking like this a week ago. All of a sudden, we introduce alcohol, our brain's like now getting this hangover and this anxiety. So for me, I'm like, I don't want to borrow tomorrow's happiness
Right.
in that way. So
Do you feel like alcohol is like so easily accessible, you know, that our minds every time like maybe we feel depressed and we just need something to always like a quick dopamine hit, you know, or like to kind of distract yourself away from your goals, you know?
sure, I think it definitely releases a lot of dopamine,
Yeah.
and so that's where like you're borrowing tomorrow's happiness for today because you feel amazing. It's a drug, right? Same with your phone, same with whatever it is. 'Cause it's a bad thing, and if something is too good for you, probably isn't that great.
I agree. How long has
But-
it been?
It's been 150 some change days.
Let's see, by 30, like 5 months-ish, yeah?
Okay, but I take that back. It's
Yeah.
150 days is like when my last blackout. I would say 60 days since my last sip of beer from my race.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I do distinguish the two because one was like gung ho, blacked out. One
Yeah.
was just like sipped on it. I'm not missing out on anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, technicality
Yeah,
was
yeah.
about 2 months ago.
Do you like to drink till you can't remember anything, or how's this blackout experience for you?
I started to wonder why I was doing that.
Yeah.
And it's because I didn't want the happiness to end. So I was chasing that high.
Yeah,
And,
I think a lot of us do.
right? And then eventually you get there and you're like, whoa, what happened? And I start hearing like the embarrassing stories the next
Stories, yeah.
morning. Like, you did this, you did that. I'm like, what? That wasn't even me. They're like, yeah, you said this to this person. And I was like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
It is, huh?
And back then when like we had Snapchat, people just posted you all over stories, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays they don't do that as much, but they still keep it on their phone. And I'm like, delete that. They're like, no, it's funny. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's so cringy,
It's
right?
an imprint of your embarrassment, your humiliation ritual. You know what I mean?
I actually nicknamed my alter ego. I
Oh.
gave him a name. His name is Dylan.
Oh wow.
So my friends will be like, hey, is Dylan
Dylan.
coming out today? He's more fun. I'm like, bro, what about me? Like, you know what I mean?
You're not fun. You're not fun.
He's too wild, man. I don't,
I think for me too, it's like I don't get blacked out, but I do resonate with you when you say I didn't want it to end. You know, like a lot of times when I do drink with a lot of my friends, honestly, it's so limited, especially in America too. Like when you actually ask people to come out, right?
Yeah.
It takes them a week or two. They got to plan things, so you kind of want to make it
agree.
really amazing time, right? So even for me, like when I wanted to see my friends, I was like, oh come on, let's just have a really good time. And I over drink because I always feel like maybe I won't be able to see them again, you know, or we won't spend enough time, you know. So I also drink a lot in that way too. But then I realized like, man, maybe you don't always need to black out, you know, you don't always need to extend that time because the ones that will want to hang out with you again or have time will make time for you, right? And you can always have another experience or have it somewhere else or do other things, right? It can be fun, like go to the gym, maybe do yoga together, and those times could be extended instead of just blacking out, right? But you also think about it, if you black out, do you really remember the experience?
no.
Not really, right?
You do remember the peak, getting
peak, the
up
peak,
there,
yeah.
and then eventually no.
Oh, yeah.
You start seeing videos of yourself. You're like, what did I do? That was me. Dang.
Damn.
What's your definition of toxic masculinity?
That one is a hard one because sometimes I feel like, yes, I have the answers to it. And lately I feel like I don't really know anything about any of it, you know? So maybe it's like ego, you know? I think when you kind of surrender your ego, right? Like I think toxic masculinity is you just let your ego talk, whatever it is. I think I know everything. You should be this. You should do that. I am this, right? Like To me, I think that's toxic masculinity. I think healthy masculinity is like you also have both sides of the perspective. Yeah, maybe I think you should be this, but what do you actually want to be? I should do this, but should I? You know? So just kind of like a more humble way of knowing, is this really for you, and how do you actually process your responsibilities, your thoughts in a more positive direction, right? Like, I think going to the gym, it's very healthy. But if you just go to the gym for vanity only, right, I think that's kind of toxic, right? Because you're not centered in why working out is good for you and your mind, your health, and all that, right? But you just I want to do that to get girls or dudes or whatever.
But I think, to be honest, most of us do go to the gym for vanity at the beginning.
In the beginning, of course, yeah.
And I've been doing that since high school, college. It's like, yes, I want to get the girls. And
Right.
I want to look good. But then eventually you learn, like, oh, there's some sort of like dopamine meditation thing going on here, where like you feel happy going, and now it's part of routine.
Yeah.
And all the internal stuff in your body is functioning better by exercising.
Like for me too, dancing I actually was so bad at dancing. I had 2 left feet when I first started, but I wanted to pick up girls, so I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna do all this to be cool, and you do all that, and then after like 10, 15 years, I was like, I really love this dance, and I don't care if anyone's watching me. I'm not doing it for them. I just do it for me, for exercise, for my therapy, all that stuff like that. I don't care if anyone else is telling me, oh, this is not gonna go anywhere, or blah blah blah. I'm solid in understanding what that does for me.
What about like the red pill community and Andrew Tate?
Oh my God. I honestly believe, because I was also a part of that a couple years ago too, I think it's just a lot of people that are hurt, and we're all projecting it in some way out there and just trying to get information back like, yes, this is how we should be. And I honestly believe, doing my own work now, there's balance, right? Like, it's okay to have both. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is what I believe masculinity is, but I can't just close off my emotions and think women are just like this, or they're all bad people, and they're all gold diggers. It's not that. I think women are beautiful, and they deserve to be cared for and all that too. But of course, the ones that hurt other people, like, everyone does that. There's also men that do that too, right? So there needs to be balance and understanding both sides. And where do you fit in, right? And also, I believe a big attribute in healthy masculinity is not being swayed too much by things that do not really affect who you are. Like the whole, hey, like you need to be a millionaire to get girls, or that's what you should be chasing. It's like, okay, why do you want to be a millionaire?
Or like, what's your character like as a person?
Yeah.
What's your relationship with the people around you?
Yes,
right?
yourself, right? Like, if you want just money just to get girls and all that stuff, that's not gonna last very long, and your motivation is not really gonna get there, right? Or maybe you'll get one, you're okay, I'm done. But if your motivation is like, I want to help the world, I want to help myself, I want to create something that adds value, then all that is gonna get you there, right? But all the red pill stuff that tells you to do this for the lowest, like, I guess, dopamine hits, and if you're being so shaken by that, and you're so easily drawn to that, that's also toxic. You should be sure about why you want to do things. Your boundaries, your values, right? And even if people telling you that, oh, like that's kind of whack, it's like, okay, well, that's mine. And as long as I'm not hurting anybody, as long as I'm not like downgrading anybody or putting anyone down, my goals are my goals. And what about you? What do you think about toxic masculinity versus healthy masculinity?
Toxic masculinity. I mean, I did fall into like listening to the red pill community a lot when I was going through my breakup. Like I used to live in Seattle in Canada.
Yeah.
So when I was moving back home to California, I did that road trip. The whole entire time I was just listening to Andrew Tate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I was so vulnerable. I'm like, dude, I'm broken. I have no identity, who I am. My future's gone. Everything's just done. Like I had walked away from the job, the house, the relationship, and like, dang, I just got stripped of everything. So I need help. What am I doing here? And I've heard about Andrew Tate during this time, but then like there was both sides, like good, bad, right? And then somebody had said like, there's some good things, you should listen to it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. So I was listening to it and I'm like, thinking, wow, he's really speaking to me.
Right.
Like, you need to be
Yeah.
stoic, you need to make money, you need to have cars like me.
Yeah.
Women would just come to you, like, you don't need to chase them. And I was like, okay, I guess that works, right? Because he's proven that, and there's a huge community, a huge following. Later on, where I started to like do the work, I'm realizing like there's some good qualities of like leadership, but you shouldn't suppress your emotions. Like, that's not normal. We're human. We have feelings. It's just how you articulate your emotions, and you don't want to like trauma dump on one person. I learned this from Dr. K. He said that men actually have a higher capacity to handle people's like trauma dumping, whereas women can only have a smaller amount of capacity. However, they have a larger community of like people they can talk to, so they kind of share like 20%, 10% here. And then men, where it's like 100% onto their partner or their spouse, and they're like, oh my God, I can't take it. Like, you're just too much.
I've been there.
Me too. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm
Yeah.
like, why is that? But then why is it that like my friends or people I meet for the first time kind of trauma dump on me, but I can handle it? I'm like, okay, I get it.
Okay.
It's scientifically is what I've learned from him. It was like because we have a higher capacity to handle that, right?
You think women don't have that higher capacity because they're so always expressing that? So
From what he said in the podcast was that they just can't. They just get overwhelmed. Like, it's like, oh, you're saying too much, and like you're just not a man. I can't handle this. Like, because if someone's saying so much negative things to you all the time, it sucks.
yeah.
It changes your whole reality too. You're like, all right, like I don't want to hang out with you. You're too negative.
Right.
But because men don't have like brotherhood, they don't have a support group where it's like their only confidant is their partner. And like, I need to tell you everything. I can't trust other people with my deep emotions and my weakness and vulnerabilities.
Right.
But it's not healthy. You should not dump that onto one person. You can have your bros and you're like, hey man, I'm bothered by this and that, but you know, and either they just listen and don't say anything, which is good too, or they give you like small feedback. And I'm like, okay, that works. And I've been doing that. I have like a small group of guys where we just talk, hang out, and talk about little problems, and that's it. And I find that to be more healthier than dumping onto one person.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that women can't handle anything, right?
You didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I'm not saying that men are better than women.
So a lot of friendships that I've also connected with, more like, yeah, I'm going through this, and they're just like, man, like, you can't keep doing that. You know, you can keep pouring all that into people like us, you know, and we're also trying to have fun too, right? I'm like, oh, you're right, you're definitely right, you know. Then I realized how much of a support system that I don't have. I was like, oh my God. So I start practicing, you know, like my own stuff, also being intentional, right? It's like, hey, like, is it cool if I share some things, you know, instead of like, oh, by the way, I'm going through stuff. Someone said something, and I'm like, all right,
they're not even like prepared for it,
yeah,
right?
and just like popping that lid,
Yeah,
right? And,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it just flows out. But I think that's something that we as men like all learn, right? You can't keep putting it all down. And even though you might meet someone who's really nice to you or really like comforting, and then I don't know, when you feel safe and it just all comes out and it's like, oh wait, that's too much, you can't handle this, right? 'Cause let's be honest, who can? Who actually can? Who really can, right?
Train, psychologist,
Right,
therapist.
and that's something you should be paying for instead
Yeah.
of making your friends or your relationships your therapists.
I mean, we're human. We're all messed up.
Yep.
Some are better at hiding it than others.
Right.
Let's talk about purpose. And it doesn't have to be anything deep. It's just like what you're working on right now, what you can define as purpose for yourself.
I think if this question was a couple months ago, I would have a very difficult time just talking about it. Because I think my whole life I've been trying to chase purpose, right? And I realized it kind of just comes when it comes, you know, in waves. Sometimes you have purpose, sometimes you don't, you know? And that's kind of where I am at right now. You know, I think I've done a lot of things, and it's really cool. And right now I'm kind of just drifting, you know? But I feel like right now I just want to provide value in any way I can. So my story, whether I come here, you know, learning from my mistakes, to hopefully sharing this story to other people who are also going through the same thing. If it resonates with them, hopefully it will allow them to share their story. And right right now. I think that's important.
My previous employer, he was like the first person to actually tell me what purpose was. Gave me an example of that,
Yeah.
right? Because I had no idea what that was. I was like, I'm just gonna work a 9 to 5. That's just my life.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, he's like, I have money. I have this. Like, that's not my purpose.
Yeah.
My purpose is to build a legacy. I'm like, whoa. Like, what does that mean? Right? And he's like, well, I built this company. I wanted to keep going even when I die. I'm like, oh, so that's legacy. Like I never really dreamed that big. I'm just kind of like, this is comfortable, pay the bills and whatever, right? And so I had an opportunity with him beginning of this year where he was like, hey, I'm looking to retire. Why don't you come to China and take a look at the operation? And if it fits you, then I'll give it to you.
Oh.
He would give me his whole entire factory in China to manage it because his family didn't want to like take over that part, like to live somewhere else, right? And he's like, you're already living in Asia. Why don't you come here and take a look? And so I was like, well, this is everything I wanted. I wanted to have money, I wanted to have success, and I wanted status, right? I was like, this is it, perfect. This is the universe finally giving me like a break, essentially a handout, right? Because I was never given anything. I was like, this is great. I go there and like, something doesn't feel right. Like one, the environment is for me, I felt so lost, didn't fit in. Nobody speaks English. The food didn't fit right. And the work environment is like, this is grueling. Like I don't want to be stuck inside of like under fluorescent lighting and dark warehousing and factory. So I was like, is this a test? Is this the universe saying like,
It is a test.
Like, do you want stable thing or do you want to venture on something that your purpose you've built from your own, that you actually earned it?
Yeah.
There's studies where like kids who grow up in like wealthy families who are handed certain things start to feel empty because they didn't earn it.
Right.
And in my whole life, I'm like, I want a handout. I wanted something because I didn't have anything. I need help, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, this didn't feel right. And so when I turned it down, part of me was like, yo, are you stupid? Like, what are you doing? The other half is like, we'll figure this out. Like, we'll build something of our own that we feel proud of. And you won't be building somebody else's legacy. You'll have ownership of your own. It doesn't have to be at that scale that you take pride in. And so I'm like, well, what the heck am I gonna do now? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for work, but I do have like that flexibility to kind of just think for a moment and like tie in like passion. And they say like, don't try to find purpose, use your passion and then the purpose will come along with it.
I agree.
And for me, I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't really have that many hobbies. What do I like, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, I go to the gym, but that's kind of boring. What are you gonna do with that? But then it's like they're helping people. I was in management for like over 13 years, coaching people, and I really enjoy it, like seeing them like move up and get promoted.
Grow and all that.
Growth, right? And then health and fitness, like that's saved my life, like getting more in shape and losing weight and being more educated on what to eat and stuff. I'm like, why don't I share this knowledge with other people? But I'm like, but that's already been done. Like everybody's doing that. Like what's so special about that? Like, then I'm like, well, I hit rock bottom at one point. I'm like, that was terrible. That I'm like, I would not want to live anymore. I'm like, this is such a, like, ended. I'm like, this is so dumb. I would never say that and think that, but for some reason at that point in my life, I felt rock bottom. So I'm like, I wish there was somebody out there to help me during that time period of like pulling me out, telling me it's gonna be okay. And this is part of your growth. This is part of your journey. You need to go through that to overcome that. So then success, or however you want to define it, is on the other side of that fear and overcoming that setback. And so I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, how do I pull this all in together to build like ikigai into my career? And it's like life coaching, right? I'm like, life coaching, what the heck is that? You know? And it's like, okay, well, you kind of help other people with your life experience. Like, well, I don't have that much experience compared to like CEO of so-and-so company, but like, there's always going to be somebody who can learn from you. You don't have to be like the top of the top, right? But you learn and grow something. So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I went through like a lot of setbacks of like failed businesses, failed love, romantic relationships, adjusting to a new country by myself. Like there's a lot of growth in that. And I was like a scared person back then, but now I'm like, okay, I'm taking these challenges on my own and learning. Like, why can't I help somebody else with that?
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's go make content and help other people and see if somebody like will gain from this. And people are reaching out. like, hey, I saw your journey, you lost weight. Like, how'd you do it? I'm like, oh, really? You actually want to learn how to lose weight? like,
Dang, that's dope, yeah.
like, okay, let me show you. Then, yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to build now is like a community to support guys who are kind of like fallen or, you know, a little lost or taking a step back or just need the help, but they don't know where to go and
100%.
not fall into the toxic/red pill community so
Right.
much. Then like, hey, let me try to build something bigger here, and maybe that's like purpose.
Yeah.
Or like,
I definitely respect that. You know, I like to say this a lot, but like everyone has a story, but every story matters.
thank you. Well, I'll do more of these in the future and stuff, and see like how it goes. Well, for me, it's a good creative outlet and it's good practice.
Yeah, yeah.
Peace.
Peace.